Terrace side, coached by Michael Broad and Dean Patterson. They boast no fewer than 5-year 11s in their forward tack, so inexperience could be a major problem for them this afternoon. They're captained on the side of the scrum by Graham Lee, and the first team this year played last year at prop at just 80 kilograms, and he's in the second year in the first 15 and represented the Queensland schools this year. Young Yusuf of halfback, he's a member of the Reds scholarships at the Reds College, and shooting at fly half, a talented player, but the one that should capture the eye is at outside centre, the number 13, Michael Buchanan. He's the goal kicker. He's a very talented outside centre and the son of the Australian cricket coach, John Buchanan. So that's the Gregory Terrace side. They will face Nudgee this afternoon, and when we talk about experience, they have experience to burn. They're coached by Peter Gledhill and Anthony McGahn. They've played 6 matches so far this year, won 5 and drawn 1. Their opening match against State High this year. Just look at this pack of forwards. Most of them this year played in the Queensland secondary schools first 15. Very talented number 8 leads the side in Rocky Elsom. They have a huge man at loose head in Lloyd Campbell McBride at 190 centimetres and 107 kilos. On the side of the scrum, Herman Hunt, the flanker, the Samoan-born, he's 112 kilos, and his cousin Neil plays in the centres at 98 kilograms. So they have size, they have experience, and look out for the very talented fullback, Akanufa, the Papua New Guinea boy that'll chime into this back line and add plenty of spark. Well, earlier today, Jiro Sen caught up with 2 very nervous captains as they really confront each other this afternoon. The captain of the Nudgee side is Rocky Elsom, as I mentioned, and the Gregory Terrace first 15 captain in the year 2000 is Graham Lee.
Yeah, as always, the Terrace Nudgee match is a great day. It's probably the day that you look forward to for 5 years of your schooling at Terrace, and it's a big day for the 15 men that are going to run out there today. Everyone's fired up.
Well, what about your form going into this match? Are you happy that you've got the guns to compete with Nudgee?
Yeah, definitely. Our results haven't looked too good. We've only won 2 from the 6, but the 4 that we've lost could have gone either way. So we've been playing well, and I'm really happy with the team. I think it'll go well.
Do you think it's going to go right down to the wire?
Oh yeah, definitely. They always do. They always seem to go right down to the wire these games.
And you couldn't wish for better conditions?
Oh, definitely not. It's a great day. It's a great day for all the supporters. A great day to play.
Well, Graham, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Rocky, Nudgee must be feeling reasonably confident going into this match.
Yeah, we've had some good wins. A couple of 50-point games, and but Terrace haven't been going that bad. They've scored a fair few points, and they're a good team.
I guess when these two sides meet, all the records go out the window, the form goes out the window. It's a different sort of game.
Yeah, true. Terrace really live for us, and we live for Terrace too. So, they'll be tougher than they usually are, and so we'll have to combat that today.
You've got a big pack compared to theirs. Is that how you dominate?
Yeah, we've got a bigger pack, but I think they're a bit more committed. We've done probably a bit more work, and our skill level's probably a bit better.
Well, I suppose this crowd will determine that a little later on this afternoon. The Nudgee College record, played 6, won 5, drawn 1. Their wins against the Southport School, Brisbane Grammar, Ipswich Grammar, Churchie and Toowoomba Grammar. The Gregory Terrace side have been beaten late in the matches, a few of them. They've won 2 against Toowoomba Grammar and Ipswich Grammar, but they lost matches against BBC, Brisbane State High, Churchie and Grammar School. But Mark, from what we understand, they have been a little unlucky. They haven't got the experience, they haven't got the size, but I believe they are tenacious.
Oh, I think they do carry on. The first half that they've been leading, and sometimes it's been 16-5. I just think that with the youth that they've got and the young kids they've got, especially in the forwards, that tends to let them down. I don't think they just they turn it up, but I just think that the experience tells on them.
The second 15 match, a free-flowing game. You normally expect low-scoring games in the second 15, but 26-22 to Gregory Terrace. Have they struck another psychological blow in the lead-up to this game? Well, what does that mean to the first as they're about to come onto the field?
Normally the seconds don't beat Nudgee. I've seen scores of 70 points against Nudgee in getting defeated, but normally they're dour affairs, but they really tried to run the ball. It was very good, actually. But it could happen. I doubt if the first will know about this anyway.
Well, that's the Bill Caymans Perpetual Trophy, and given to both colleges in 1991. That's what they'll play for this afternoon, as well as school pride, and maybe to impress the Queensland Reds coach Mark McBain, who'll be sitting alongside me in commentary here this afternoon. The Jack McLaughlin grandstand on the western side of the Tennyson ground here is absolutely jam-packed with the Terrace boys. Jack McLaughlin, of course, one of the great stalwarts of Queensland cricket in the late 50s and early 60s. A teammate of the great Sam Trimble and Peter Burge and Ken Mackay. So not only, Mark, have they produced great rugby and rugby league players like Brian Davies and Peter Gallagher, but cricketers of great ilk as well.
Yes, they have, that's for sure. Incidentally, that Bill Coleman trophy, what they do, you notice a book underneath it, and they fill out all the names of the players that played in each of the games, and it's kept, forever.
Well, it's a rather moving moment this afternoon when this Terrace side takes the field, particularly for one young gutsy performer, Andrew Denby. Last year he won the Best Player Award in Year 7, but this year he's bravely faced 2 operations to remove brain tumours. He's now having regular chemotherapy. He loves his rugby. He hopes to be back on the field very soon, and in a terrific moment they have allowed him to lead this side out for the clash with Nudgee today, and I know that it'll bring a tear to an eye of many the Gregory Terrace boys and Nudgee fans alike to see a terrific young brave fellow like Andrew Denby, Mark.
Yeah, it's amazing, and that puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? That sort of courage. The 2 schools you'll notice on the sideline there, they'll be like 2 heavyweight boxers slugging it out with their chanting, and it's always great to see that.
Well, now the Nudgee side, that's Rocky Elsom, 17-year-old from Noosa on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, a likely looking lad to lead this side out. It's his second year in the first 15, and for 2 years he's been in the first 15 for the Queensland schoolboys. Behind him is Lawrence Akanufa, one of the overseas players in the team, the 17-year-old from Goroka in Papua New Guinea. And he's very much a versatile utility player. So far this year has played fullback, wing, fly half and scrum half, and also made the Queensland schools as well. It's a very big side, a very committed side. As Rocky Elsom said, he feels his side is a more skillful side. But from what I understand, the Gregory Terrace side this afternoon, although they'll lack in size and experience, they are committed and very, very skillful. So it's going to be a marvellous test for both. We'll now see the Nudgee side. This is a tradition, Mark. This is where the intimidation starts.
Yeah, it does. You'll notice that they actually they get in front of the school like that and actually say a prayer. It's something that all rugby sides do for Nudgee before they play a game.
As Mark mentioned, the respective war cries so much an integral part of the tradition of both schools. This would be the akin to the clash in Sydney, the annual clash between Riverview College and St Joseph's at Hunters Hill, and that always attracts a very, very big crowd. They've done this here today in Brisbane. These are the 2 schools that carry the flag of GPS rugby into the new century. GPS rugby has supplied so many players to international ranks in Australia. In fact, these 2 sides, these 2 schools, have boasted no fewer than 60 between them. And Gregory Terrace is only second to St Joseph's College at Hunters Hill in the most wallabies produced by a school. So a terrific moment for Graham Lee, the skipper, in his second year in the first 15. Down the tunnel they come, cheered on. Andrew Denby is the young fellow coming out. There's the trophy, the spoils of victory this afternoon. And inspired by the second 15, have just scored a wonderful win over Nudgee College by 26-22. And there's young Andrew Denby. He's been battling cancer this year. He's as tough as they come. And I'm sure that this will lift this Gregory Terrace side, knowing the courage and the commitment of this young Year 7 fellow. He loves his rugby and he wants to get back there.
That puts a lump in your throat, Porter. That's amazing. That's wonderful.
So this would earn the plaudits at both camps, no matter whether you're from Nudgee or from Gregory Terrace. This is about courage. And you can see the reaction of his teammates. They will do it this afternoon for Andrew Denby.
The young players that often can act 2 ways. They can either be overawed by the whole situation or get too excited. You hope that the coaches have spoken to these players and told them exactly what's going to happen and how they're going to what they're going to experience right at this moment. their stomachs would be, you know, all over the place at the moment, and they wouldn't know which way's up. And they've just got to learn to relax, and whoever relaxes early, especially this team Terrace, being so young, it might help that little bit.
Well, here come the heavyweights. Nudgee College, they have dominated the GPS Championship for many years here in Brisbane. Rocky Elson, the skipper. And the stage is set here at Tennyson for what should be an epic battle of monumental proportions. It means so much to these two schools. And as I said, Brisbane's turned on the weather, they've turned on the crowd. Now we sit back in anticipation of what should be a terrific GPS rugby clash. The referee in charge today, Frank Micklejohn. And it will be Nudgee that will defend the northern end of the ground. And Gregory Terrace to kick off in their familiar colours of cardinal red and black. And it will be Michael Buchanan to get the game underway. Shot there of Ian Potter, the big lock of Nudgee. So now the referee, Frank Micklejohn, about to sound time on in this first half. There's the start. Good security by Nudgee in the opening moments. Scrum half is Campbell. Back it goes for Lions. Looking downfield. Going over the head of Darcy Bowden. He's inside his 22, but a foot into touch. Well, the ball's found touch before he put the foot into touch, so Gregory Terrace will get the throw to the first line out. It'll be Jeff Dunn. He's only 15 years of age. Lightweight hooker for Gregory Terrace. They go to the front. Secure it inside their 22. They drive it beyond that line. Buchanan.
There were too many numbers in the line out there, Fordo. That's why the penalty, the short arm penalty is there.
So this will relieve a little bit of pressure for the Gregory Terrace side. Once again, it will be Michael Buchanan. He also carries the goal-kicking responsibilities and will be in the Australian schoolboys squad when they face New Zealand and Ireland a little later this year. So the chants go up. It's line out right on the halfway line. Jordan Benny. Throw the ball into the line out. That's Philip Rowell. Taken down by Potter. Down for Lions. Cut out pass. That's Hunt, the big centre, and he's damaging. He takes play straight up over the halfway line. They go left-hand side again. Now the switch. Cut out Akanufa. It's got out on the right wing to Anthony Pyers. And he's upended. That's terrific tackling from Darcy Bowden. Play on the halfway line. Trying to work the angles. Trying to work Gregory Terrace in close to the rucks. Now they spin it wide. Out to Hunt again. Big Samoan boy. That's Dawson. Dawson finding David Murray on the left wing. Control ball. Nudgee again. That's the cousin, that's the flanker. Herman Hunt. And they move it again. Lions, cut out pass, Akanufa. And it's Hunt that knocks it forward. Advantage being played. It won't be forthcoming, so we'll see the scrum pack down on the 10-metre line. Gregory Terrace has entered the ground. Frenetic pace, Mark, and no quarters given. No,
that's right. They're trying to put their physical presence on the opposition, but Nudgee, their 5'8" stands a long way back. They've got a long way to go before they make the advantage line. I find that a little bit puzzling.
That's the advantage there, 89 kilos.
Yes, that's... Yeah.
10 kilos a man in the scrum.
The little fullback for Terrace has just come back from a broken leg. This is his first game back. He's only a young fellow again, but
so Lockie Elson talking to his team. 6 phases that last set-up of Nudgee. They really tried to crack them on the edge of the rucks and good ball movement, but finally that Gregory Terrace defence stood firm.
I think Terrace have got to look to make sure that they keep both sides of the ruck. There was one stage there where if they'd have gone the other side, Terrace were really playing water.
That's the leading try scorer for Gregory Terrace this year, the young scrum halfback. And away he goes on that short side. Grubber kicking in behind the defence. Elson goes back. Away for Pyers. He's got tremendous pace, this young fellow. Runs to centre field. Again, good defence by the Gregory Terrace side. Now it's Campbell. Back for Lyons, standing deep again, angling away to that far side. Oh, and again, that's a wonderful kick.
Got a lovely boot on him.
Just turning Bowden around.
He actually played representative rugby league in his early days as well.
Yes, he's a former Iona college boy. He's only 15 years of age. He's the youngest player in the Nudgee side. Matt Dawson, interesting, the first 15-year-old since Elton Flatley when he made his debut in the side last year. Elton, of course, now a member of the Australian Wallabies, came from this college as well, along with Glenn Tanaho, both members of the current side. Now Lyons, away for Hunt again. He's going to cause a lot of problems out wide, but already Buchanan goes low and brings him to the ground. Now they work short side again. Lyons, the playmaker, nowhere to go there.
He's just putting himself too far back. He's giving himself all sorts of trouble here.
Now Wilson, the big number 8, the captain of Nudgee, takes play to the 22. Now Campbell.
There could be trouble.
Akanufa, he's gone wide, out for Pyers. Pyers, brilliantly run down by Bowden. Good skills again from the Nudgee fullback. Now they set it again, and the penalty. So a chance for Chris Lyons to put first points on the board for Nudgee. No doubt the skipper Elson will say, let's take the early points.
I think you'll find this will be the way the game will pan out. I think Terrace will be doing a lot of defending.
Well, they're going to really put the pressure on. They're looking for the touchline and that corner. And this will give them great attacking ball just 10 metres out from the Gregory Terrace try line.
Bye, mate.
So this is where the size and the experience of this Nudgee pack will come into its own.
They've got 2 players out in the back line, so maybe I thought they might try and roll that through, drive that through, but it looks like they're going to try and take it through the midfield with their big forwards.
Rowell secured it at number 2. Elson, centre field, in they go, the clean out. Moving left-hand side. Lyons again, turning it back. That's the big prop forward, Delahunty. Now they move right-hand side. This is good ball movement by the Nudgee side. Dawson wrapped up in defence. They go wide. Akanufa swinging it again, left-hand side. Wonderful pass. That's Hunt. He goes straight through. He will score onto the posts. So Neil Hunt, the Samoan-born centre, played for Queensland Schools, first 15 this year, puts the first points on the board, much to the delight of the Nudgee fans.
You'll find that Nudgee, when they run the ball in the phase play, they take it one way, they'll take it another the same way, and then come back and try and find you out for numbers on that side.
Well, this fellow's just strength. He's got a lot of pace too, Mark. Look at that, he just crashed through the defence.
Yeah, he's a big fella. He's a big fella. They're very hard to stop. You've got to put a shoulder on him.
Well, they've dominated the rucks and balls 14-1, and finally the try has come through pure persistence and pressure. And Neil Hunt scoring the first try. They took the right option. They looked for touch on the far side, secured good ball at the front of the line out. And now the conversion from Chris Lyons gives them a 7 points to 0 lead. And we've had just on 7.5 minutes of play in this first half.
It looks a bit ominous, David. The red team has to try and tighten up in their defence a little bit more than what they are.
Well, that doesn't help. That's Yusuf. Ball. The referee's asking for the players to separate and giving the option now. And ball not going the 10 metres. And so they will take the scrum. Nudgee in centre field.
That wasn't a good restart for Terrace.
Exactly what they didn't need, wasn't it?
No, that's right. Nudgee have got options both sides now, and they look like they've probably got something here that they're going to work with.
Well, they've moved it wide of the cricket pitch area here. So they're left of centre. They've opened up a terrific attacking situation. A wide blind and a big open side.
I'd say it'll go right.
Steady.
Campbell.
Yes.
Lyons. Akanufa. Good clean out again by Nudgee. Going left-hand side, Lyons, the real playmaker. That was Vivian that unloaded the pass.
That's the big prop forward.
Campbell McBride. He's 107 kilos. And that's come off the leg of Ian Potter. So it will be the knock-on ruled against Nudgee. And Gregory Terrace will get the scrum feed just about 3 metres inside their end of the ground. I was about to say earlier that Tim Youssef, the leading try scorer, represented the Queensland under-16s last year, and he's part of the Reds rugby school, the scholarship holder. That's him, the blonde-headed halfback. One of the few attacking opportunities for Gregory Terrace. The ball kicked away by Buchanan, chased by Tommy Toro, but the ball beats him into touch about 12 metres inside Nudgee's end of the ground.
I don't think that's what they have to do. I think they've got to control the football and try and play some phased ball. As you said, the rucks and maul count is terrible at the moment, and I think they've just got to control the football.
Line-outs going Nudgee's way 3-1. The scoreboard 7-0. Try in the 7th minute by Neil Hunt. Big Samoan centre. Again, Ian Potter that flew high, securing good ball. Two-handed catch. Spin it wide. Akanufa, Dawson.
Oh, they have it. They made a blue.
Oh, good defence on David Murray and his opposite man, Patrick Lane Mullins. Solid defence by Gregory Terrace.
That's his second good tackle. That number 11 will be looking for him.
Well, David Murray is still a sprint champion with not a lot of great rugby experience, and some of those sprint champions can be shaken up very easily.
I think he got shortened up there.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Now, that's good play by Jeff Dunn. Scavenging for possession. It's a Gregory Terrace ball. This is their best attacking position. That's Scooten. Goes the short side. Clever kick, and that
Very
gives
good
them
kick.
great position here. It is a Nudgee throw, but for the first time, Gregory Terrace are deep inside Nudgee's 22. Well, young Scooten came into the side when he replaced Nick Cornish. He's a wonderful young player, this fellow, but Cornish was the #1 player. He broke his collarbone, and Scooten has grabbed the opportunity with both hands.
Shooten's a very good player, a very good running player with the ball in hand. Kicking game's not as good as probably Nick Cornish would have been.
So now Benning's throw to the line out. They go to the front. That's a great catch again this time by Potter. And they march Terrace back 15 metres up towards the 22. Good security. Lyons off the right boot. And it's a good touch finder.
As you'd expect, they're very well organised. They just caught that at 2 and just rolled it up, drove the ball up about 10 or 15 metres, and then Lyons is able to, with plenty of time, kick the ball.
Scoble. Taking the good defence, 12 metres inside Nudgee's end. Youssef. Scooten, cut out pass. Supporting there was Ryan and leg, and a penalty.
Clutch here.
High tackle, but I think the bloke's about 2 feet taller than him.
So Buchanan will kick for touch. The setting sun in the afternoon is a bit of a problem, and will be a problem for Nudgee in the second half. Mark, is that knowing the local rules?
Yeah, normally that's the way. Yes, that's right. There's no wind here today, so that's not going to affect anything.
Although the touch judge's flag is fluttering a little bit on the far side.
Yeah.
It appears to be behind Nudgee in this first half.
I think that's the second line out or third line out they've knocked off Terrace. So Terrace have got to pick that act up a little bit.
Centre field on the 22. Advantage being played to Noosa. Dive pass. That's a blast from the past. And the penalty will come back on the 22. No advantage to Nudgee. They will now try and kick the touch and take play up over the halfway line.
Yep, he went to the quick throw in. Got to give them time. Mark's here. Let's go.
So just under 14 minutes of play gone in this first half. Just the one try. That was 7 minutes ago by the big centre, Neil Hunt. And that takes play up just a couple of metres short of halfway.
The game really hasn't got going at all. Apart from that one lot of play that they did at Nudgee, it's just a lot of kicking and a lot of first phase stuff. Not something that you're used to in probably grade or representative football.
Well, Brendan Scoville is the injured player. Terrific turn up here today at Tennyson. Very well supported match. And young Brendan Scoville, the vice captain of the side, he's also in his second year in the first 15, so his experience is invaluable out there. He made the Queensland second 15 this year. And interesting that his centre partner Michael Buchanan also was selected in the seconds, but to his credit made his way all the way through to the Australian schoolboys side.
Yeah,
Mark,
he's done very well. He's done very well. He's a very good all-round sportsman. Followed his father. He first 11 cricket this year. He averaged it over 40.
Again, good security by Nudgee. Lions, look at the power. Vivian crashes it up. Again, advantage being played. And they are taking that advantage over the halfway line. Now Lions again, stepping run, good tackle by Scoville. He's recovered from that injury, but the referee, Frank John, will come back and award the penalty to Nudgee. And right away we see David Campbell looking for the instant restart. But obviously they will kick for touch and put pressure inside that 22 again on the Gregory Terrace side. They lead by 7 points to 0.
The Terrace have been put under so much pressure that they are going to give away some penalties, I think. The discipline will have to come into it.
Another injury to Gregory Terrace player. It will be Sean Ryan, is it, the young flanker?
I'd really like to see Chris Lyons come up that little bit further. He's got to run almost 10 metres before he gets to the defence.
It's a fair bit of pressure on David Campbell's pass too, because
he's got to pass the ball a long way, that's for sure.
Well, Michael Broad and Dean Patterson, the men in charge of the campaign of Gregory Terrace. Very young side, as I mentioned, 5 year 11s in the forward tack and 3 in the back line. Yes, it is Sean Ryan, the injured player. Comes from pretty good stock too. His father, Doug, played on the wing for Queensland some years ago and then played league with South Sydney. Young Sean was a member of the Gregory Terrace side that went to Japan earlier this year.
He also rose in the first 8. I think he's a good size for that.
Well, this will be a tragedy if he has to leave the field. He's a Queensland under-16 representative this year.
Looks like he's done a shoulder or a collarbone or something like that. It doesn't look too good. Looks like he's done.
Well, that's a tragedy. Giro, there will be a replacement to the Gregory Terrace side.
This Footo, they're just getting one of the players suited up now, a bit slow to react. And the injury does certainly look more than just a casual injury to the shoulder.
It will be probably Mark Shaw, maybe the player come on, but you might check on that. The Gregory Terrace side have defended stoutly. Nudgee really haven't taken the advantage of all the possession they've had, Giro.
Yes, they really should have been up by much more than they were. Here's the incident just a second ago. And they certainly have looked good with the ball, but just haven't been able to finish things off.
Yeah, so he copped the head in the forearm there. It might be well a broken arm for Sean Ryan. That's a tragedy, though. We'll bring you up to date with that replacement in a moment. Variation in the line-out skills. It's knocked forward, taken down by Gregory Terrace. Now they drive it forward.
No advantage from that.
The
knock on by Nudgee, no advantage to Gregory Terrace.
Couldn't really see the knock on there, but that must have been off the top, but must have been marginal.
Then Fordo, Matthew Newton is the replacement as the supporters cheer off one of the heroes.
Yes, Matthew, of course, a former Marett Ashgrove under-16 player from last year. Seconded to Gregory Terrace, one against the head. Now Hunt got it away to Pyers. Good skills, evasive skills. Finally thumped to the ground in defence. Clean out, Campbell. That's Hunt, the flanker.
You'll see Nudgee will come back this way now, go back to the right-hand side.
Campbell, Lyons.
And they will find people out there.
Now Dawson, Pyers has got across on the other side again. Akanu for the fullback. Great ball work by Nudgee. They're inside the 22 on attack. Numbers to the left, through Lyons. Through the dummy, stepped beautifully.
He's a tidy-looking little player.
Good defensive use. Now they work on the short side. Very close to the Gregory Terrace try line. Now they move it wide again. Dawson. And just strolling through is the young winger, David Murray. The school sprint champion. He can clock 10.9. He's in his first year in the first 15, and he's come up with a try against Gregory Terrace.
Well, they just found the number 6 there for Graham Lay. Just found wanting for pace there. He got on his outside shoulder and it was shut the gate. Lovely ball.
Yeah, the ball doing the work, and the young winger capping off some great lead-up play. Fence it down. This young fellow Campbell's got a marvellous pass in him, Mark.
Yes, he has. He has.
At Fordo, that's a double blow for Terrace, because it appears that Sean Ryan has a broken wrist. Tragedy for the Terrace group.
Yeah, it seemed to come out of nothing too, Jared. Looked like a head. He just caught the side, his arm on the side of the Nudgee player's head. It could well have been Big Rocky Elsom. There's the conversion from Lyons. So it's 14 points to 0. Nudgee in the lead over Gregory Terrace.
That pass of Matthew Dawson was just lovely. Just an absolute exquisite.
14-0 the scoreline. And we've had 20 minutes of play in the first half. So that loss of Sean Ryan is a telling blow, or will be a telling blow. He's had a terrific season so far. Look at that pass, it's bullet-like. And that's why Lions can have so much space. Bowden on the way to Toro, the fullback. He takes it to halfway. Penalty goes against the Nudgee side.
No, that's all right, you got it. Don't worry. Mark's here, you got it.
Side against the Nudgee team. Tell you, Mark, in your playing days in club rugby, you'd love to boast a pack the size of this Nudgee pack, wouldn't you?
It'd be great, wouldn't it? In fact, the front row for Nudgee has to hold back. They're not allowed to push that in this age group, and they actually have to stand there. They can't put any pressure on whatsoever. The first scrum they packed, they pushed them and got penalised for it.
David Nelson and Alex Protasco are pretty happy about that, I think.
I think so.
There's 100 kilos and 107 up against 87 and 91. So
I think that 80-odd kilos difference is probably all in the front row.
Lions as Youssef put the pressure on. And that kick takes play outside the 22.
It'd be lovely to be a 5'8" and getting ball like that.
Well, Campbell is a great success story, the young scrum half, because in his age football at Nudgee, progressed no further than the B's and the C's. So he's made his way into the Nudgee first 15, as a lot of great players in the past have done. So that's, you'd appreciate it being a coach at junior level, the young kid that finally cracks at the right time of his
Well,
school.
he might have been a late maturer or something like that. You never know what's happened there, but it's the only thing I've got to worry about him is because he's got to throw so long, he's got that wind up. And when he has to wind up like that, they'll get, you can prey on him, because he'll start to slow down.
Now, decision time now. Will Buchanan try to put the pressure on Nudgee or take the 3 points? He's elected to kick for touch on that far side. So they like to chance their arm here against Nudgee. And he's kicked the dead end goal. So that really is a wasted opportunity.
That's the problem when you getting put under a lot of pressure. Those things creep in, and it's not for want of trying. It's just the pressure that you put under.
And straight away the pressure valve released on Nudgee.
Exactly. They're just doing it easy. They're just doing about their business. That's it.
The Lions electing to go deep. Once again taken by Darcy Bowden. Tyson got tremendous pace.
Good tackle.
That's the 10-metre line. Nudgee's entered the ground. The safe hands of Lyons, the trusty right boot of Lyons, turning Toro around. And he knows this ground and just rolls end on end and right up to the 22-metre line. So again, the Gregory Terrace side turned around by the right boot of young Chris Lyons.
He really does get himself. I'll keep on saying this. I can't get over how far back he gets himself. 15 metres or so.
That's from inside the 22, so it will find touch about 10 metres out from the 22, and Terrace has entered the ground. They're a little bit quiet at the moment, the Terrace boys.
Yes, they are. You'll notice in games like this that, you know, the Nudgee side, they're just going about doing their own job. The Terrace, there's blokes that are worried about their mate next door to them, and they're trying to do a little bit of theirs, and it's just frustrating them.
Another variation. Not successful. The ball's knocked back by Gregory Terrace. But the referee has ruled a knock on by Nudgee.
Well, Ford, I don't know what they did in the dressing sheds, but Sean Ryan is back on the bench out here. It's not broken, the wrist, but it apparently pretty severely sprained. However, they are icing it and hopes to bring him back on later in the game.
I think the new term is dead arm, isn't it now, Shearer?
Yes, that's right.
The big cork on the lower part of the right arm.
He's done a Fonda.
He's done a Fonda Matassa, who would have played with the South Sydney side with his father, Doug Ryan. Now, chance. Buchanan putting it downfield. Ako Nufa, the fullback. Now Pliers again linking up. This is great counter-attack by Nudgee. Dawson up towards the 22. Support on the outside. Went on his own. Turned it back infield, but it's been knocked forward into the hands of Eustace. And he drives it into touch about midway between the half and the 22. But the referee will go back to the original infringement by the Nudgee side, which was a knock forward.
I was just interested to see what Matt Dawson was going to do there, and he probably took the wrong option, but he had plenty of time. It probably had too much time to think.
Nudgee just don't seem to be waiting for the extra phase. They're just rushing the last couple of passes there, March.
Yeah, you're probably right there. He's got them again, and I bet they couldn't have helped themselves. They'd probably just lent on the opposition.
That's the schoolboy laws, under 19s. Then that law no longer applies, Mark. So it must become as a huge shock when they get into club football out of this.
Well, they do. And it's a real worry, that sort of thing.
Purely a safety measure. Now this is Elson, the captain. He's a giant of a man. The big number 8 links up beautifully. Vivian, that pass has gone forward. Referee playing advantage to Gregory Terrace, but it's not forthcoming. What about the big number 8 when he strides out?
Yeah, Peter Gledhill, the coach before the game, was saying that he clocks 11.3 for 100. So that's pretty tidy.
Yeah, well, don't go. Just wait till the call engage.
Well, the captain from Nudgee was boasting before the game, Porto, that they had a higher skill level. That certainly is true today.
Both teams, guys, now listen up.
Now listen to the referee's instructions here for this scrummaging.
Wait for the engage call. Mark's here.
Gio, I think about the amount of times they train, they would have to have a higher skill level. They train up to 10 to 12 times a week.
25 hours, I believe. And I think Gregory Terrace about 4 or 5 hours a week. There's the kick again. Back it goes for Pliers. He's all over the place. He's got the roving commission from Nudgee's on the right wing at one moment, the left wing the next, and then he's back at fullback.
It's coming.
He's their top try scorer, Anthony Pliers.
Straight down, guys. Blue ball going forward.
He's done very well to get that ball back.
Giro, right in front of the Nudgee grandstand, the Gregory Terrace grandstand. Are they a little bit numbed by what's happened out here in the opening 28 minutes of this game?
Yeah, it's fallen off a bit, the support, the chanting, but it ebbs and flows a little bit. I'm hoping that the Terrace guys can get a bit more possession. They just haven't had the football.
And when they've had it, they've kicked it away.
They've got a similar situation here, and here they go, going right again, stacking left and going right.
Akanufa.
Oh, geez, quick, that boy.
That's Tyres turning it back in again, knocked forward again by Akanufa. So their completion is just leaving a little to be desired. They've the execution in the final parts of their phase play is just letting Nudgee down.
Well, that's schoolboy stuff, though, isn't it? That's inexperience, and even though this side might have a bit of experience, that you can't put a 25-year-old head on these shoulders. You know, someone should have just straightened that up, set the phase, and Terrace's defence were in 6s and 7s. They would have been in trouble.
On my foot. Good stuff in the crouch, touch and hold, engage. Steady, don't push them off, Blue.
Nudgee has been guilty of 7 turnovers to Gregory Terrace at 3, but Gregory Terrace haven't had a lot of balls, so
It'd be
now
two-thirds ball, wouldn't it?
that's Vivian. Akanufa moving it wide. This is Pies again. Good defence by Gregory Terrace. Tommy Toro was in there as well. But it's advantage being played to Nudgee.
Still playing it, still playing it, still playing it.
Not forthcoming, so again
Gone forward.
they'll have the scrum feed. The knock on by Gregory Terrace, and this is a really ideal attacking position now for Nudgee. Got an expansive blind. I wouldn't be surprised to see the big number 8 do something down this short side. Look at the pace of Tyres. Just tremendous acceleration. Dawson, Elsom, centre of the 22. Gregory Terrace defence stretched. They come left-hand side.
He's trouble.
Lyons, Akanufa, great pace. They won't catch him. He's flying from the try line. And try number 3 for Nudgee colleagues goes to Lawrence Akanufa, the young fellow from Papua New Guinea. And he got a reward earlier this year by being chosen for his all-round utility ability in that Queensland Schoolboys first 15 team. And he showed tremendous pace. And this again just came from pressure.
Yes, it did, and really they just exploited that out wide there, and they're trying hard, Terrace, but I think Nudgee's just too good for them there. The pace of those people out wide are just killing them.
The back 3 Giros seem to have a roving commission and free reins from their coach Peter Gledhill.
Well, their back 3, yes, a big handful, and the back 3 from the scrum to the back 3 in the 3-quarter line. And Akanufa, he just put his head down and went straight for it. And Chris Lyons trying to convert to make it 3 out of 3.
That's his toughest kick so far, right on the 22-metre line. That's coming back. It'll just go outside the right-hand upright. So he's kicked 2 from 3, and the score is 19 points to 0. And we're into the final 5 minutes of the first half here at Tennyson. And the home fans a little stunned.
They're just trying to rally some support for their team now. They know we're in dire straits.
Buchanan with the restart. Again, great security by Nudgee from the restart.
Looks like they've got some push-up boys over in front of Nudgee. Porter.
Yes, they look pretty fit too.
Fitter than the ones at Bellymore.
Some of the old boys have been here since 8 o'clock this morning. They'll be good later this afternoon. Now, Tommy Toro kicks it deep downfield, but straight in the hands of Chris Lyons. And he returns it with interest. Back towards the 22, retreating is Darcy Bowden. He's got very few options other than to try and find touch, and he's done that effectively. Right up on the halfway line. Let's give a chance to we see the smiling faces of the Gregory Terrace current students. A chance to have a look at the line-out skills here of the Nudgee side. Throwing the ball into the line-out is Penny. They buried the line out well. That's Elson taking it at the back. Campbell away for Lyons. Out for Dawson. Hunt is cut out. He's been quiet lately. Ball over the far side. David Murray.
The two centres for Terrace, their defence has been terrific. If they weren't doing what they're doing, I think it'd be a lot worse, the scoreboard.
Yes, Scoble and Buchanan have worked overtime.
Terrace lucky to get the throw there. I actually thought it came off the Terrace foot.
Got in straight. So it will be the option given to Nudgee.
Got in straight, guys. What do you guys want?
This is Jeff Dunn's first year as a hooker, so I suppose you've got
to... guys.
Line-out throw is a bit of an art, so I suppose you've got to understand he might make some mistakes.
He's only a lightweight hooker too. He's before was came from playing on the side of the scrum, which often happens.
Every line out, I don't want you to question me about numbers, right?
Now we have Graham Lee being
not yours.
admonished. Well, there's no need to talk to the players like that. He's got every right as captain of the side to query a decision.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
Whether he's at school or not, referee Craig Micklejohn.
It's gone.
Now Hunt decides to get involved. Takes play to within 10 metres of the halfway line. 19-0 Nudgee lead. They've scored 3 tries to 0 in this first half. In the 7th, 20th and 31st minute.
Blue ball going forward.
I would have thought that was a maul, so wouldn't that be a turnover? I think that might be a mistake by the referee.
I want you to actually get yourself onside at some stage. No, you weren't. I was calling you. Scrum here, sorry. Red ball, my apologies. That's it, yes.
Tell you what, I often wonder about people's skills of referees. I don't think anyone...
That wasn't too good, no.
...responds to being spoken at, talked down. Particularly young schoolboys.
See, that's the problem they're under, these kids. They didn't even know it was their ball into the scrum. They were in defence. They had to all change. Actually, both sides did that.
Buchanan. Poor ball security. And the young winger, finally, Patrick Lane Mullins, under a fair deal of pressure from that Nudgee defence. Quick throw in. Here's Hunt. Herman Hunt into the centre field. Finds his cousin, Neil. Now they move open side. Oh, that's the big prop forward on the charge.
I think that might have gone forward.
Campbell McBride. Yes, knock-on's been ruled. The forward knocked forward. Ruled against Nudgee, and so a defensive scrum to Gregory Terrace right on the goal line.
I'd like to question that line-out throw, that quick line-out throw. When the line-out set, when the linesman's got his arm up and there are people standing at the line, he's run 10 metres backwards to throw the ball into the line.
Crouch, touch and hold, engage. Steady it. Let's go.
Now once it collapses, the referees are very, very conscious of this at this level. The scrum will be reset. Nudgee supporters all smiles. The side leading 19-0. Fast approaching half-time here at Tennyson on a wonderful day in Brisbane. Like a real summer's day, and that's energy-sapping stuff for both these sides.
This is a problem where the referees have got to get this right. You know, you've got to think about what the red scrum's trying to do. They're not trying to make it blue. They're trying to have a steady scrum. The opposition's trying to wheel it and twist it, and quite often they get penalised. And he's gone the right way this way, putting under pressure. He's got a bit of a pressure cooker here because the differences in the pack weights and the sizes of the props. You'd be worried about injuries.
Buchanan again looks for touch. As Mark mentioned, Giro, the defence of Brendan Scoble and Michael Buchanan has been tremendous.
But there's only so much they can do, and they've been sliding backward and forth. And I think Nudgee really should have had more on the board. They just haven't been able to set it up. And as Mark said earlier, it's all about experience. As just got a breakdown in play here. Mark, I was going to ask you about depowering the scrum and not contesting it. Is there any advantage at all in having such a great big front row?
Well, this is what surprises me, that Nudgee's got these big fellas. They're obviously good ball runners and good footballers as well, but normally they pick old back row, short back rowers, so that they can get around the park at the schoolboy level, which really bothers us because we don't get the props coming through. And as you know, we've got tight edge shortages, and you know, front row, we've got short of those all the way through and all the way up to the international level at the moment.
But the safety thing is a real problem. This Nudgee pack got loose on this young, inexperienced Gregory Terrace pack at this level. There could be serious neck and back injuries.
No one wants to see that, and that's why they've done that, and you've got to applaud it. But then you've got to ask the coaches not to exploit it.
So into the final half minute of play here. Tennyson 19-0. Nudgee's last throw of the dice if they can secure some possession here.
Straight down, red ball.
But it's a red ball, so they'll see play out to the half-time break. Tries in the opening minutes. The 7th minute to Neil Hunt, the Samoan-born centre. Then David Murray from the left wing scored the second try in the 20th minute. And then Lawrence Akanufa, the Gorokan-born fullback in this Nudgee side, over for the third try in the 31st minute. So it's 19 points to 0 Nudgee leads. Chasing their 7th win in the GPS Premiership this year.
Let it go, Blue. Let it go, Red. Let it go, Red. Thank you. You've got nothing. Yeah, come in.
It's Toro, the fullback, swamped by the Nudgee defence.
You're offside, 8, stay there.
Well, it's a turnover. Well, the referee just said you're offside, number 8, stay there. Well, surely there should have been some advantage. Played now, Dawson attacking out wide. Great strength, and great strength by the young halfback Tim Yusuf. Ball's come out, Toro, kick in downfield.
Go forward, guys.
And the knock forward by Nudgee. Now into injury time in this first half, 19 points to 0. Nudgee lead Terrace.
I think one of the reasons why Nudgee may not have scored as well as it is because they do so much behind the play. They ran a blocker move then, and the team, the defence had time to get to them. If you do it right on the advantage line, you're through and you can't turn around and chase.
We have the young...
Crouch! Touch and hold.
Probably the final
Engage.
scrum of the
Get
first
your arm
half.
on the one.
Tim Yusuf. Long-headed scrum half for Gregory Terrace. Deep in defence. And they only make 4 or 5 metres, but that's the half-time, as signalled by referee Frank Micklejohn. And the Nudgee side have scored 3 tries to 0 in the opening 35 minutes of this match. To Hunt, to Murray, to Akanufa. And young fly-half Lions has kicked 2 from 3. So the score at half-time, 19 points to 0 in favour of St Joseph's College at Nudgee. Welcome back. The Nudgee side in picture enjoying the half-time break here at Terrace. They lead by 19 points to 0. At half-time they scored 3 tries. It took to the 7th minute before the first try was scored, and it was the big Samoan centre, Neil Hunt, who scored the try. And just pure strength and power. Build-up, impressive. And this young fellow, Mark, has just got tremendous pace and power. Look at that.
It's just explosive, isn't it? It's just straight off the mark. It was good footwork to start with. He just put the fellow on the wrong side and went through him, and yeah, it was very good.
Some wonderful skills from Dawson here. Terrific pass, flat, and Murray, the winger, just finishing it off.
Yeah, well, again, I like that Matt Dawson. He looks pretty good. He looks like he can put a fellow on his outside in a better position, and that's what you want from your centres.
And a year in the first 15 of 16 tells the story in itself, doesn't it?
Well, it does, that's for sure.
And Akanufa was the man that scored the 3rd try. And it was a terrific try as well. So 19 points to 0. And that would bring the smile to the face, Giro, of one of the Nudgee greats of all time, the former Australian captain, Mark Lone.
Certainly would. Mark Lone, what a half of football for Nudgee.
Giro, it's certainly changed from the time that I was here 29 years ago. These young lads are very, very well coached. I think superb rugby could be a little bit better in the finish for Nudgee. They've probably scored 3 tries, I think, already, but they could have scored more if they'd have finished them off well.
I just overheard the Terrace coaches saying they've got to turn the game on the ear. I guess it's an understatement.
I think it is. I think there's an enormous amount of possession coming Nudgee's way, and they're a big side. They're dominating the set players and also the loose players, so it's going to be hard for Terrace to turn it around, I think.
How frustrating is it to have such a powerful front row and knowing they can't fully contest the scrum?
Well, I think it's exceptionally frustrating, and there's some very good players in that Terrace side that aren't really. I mean, young Timmy Eustace, who's a halfback, is a superb play. He's not getting much of a go because his forwards aren't going forward. They're going to find it hard to turn it around, but the Terrace forwards will be very frustrated, I think.
How much has the game changed since you were running around?
Well, when I was here 29 years ago to the day, we had 25 Terrace supporters and 25 Nudgee supporters and a dog. And across field wind, there's more trees around now, and it's a much more refined area. And we certainly didn't have television coverage. There was actually no coverage at all. It was like a black hole. There was no information at all and no record.
Certainly a big crowd here today, Mark. Thanks very much. I guess it's going to be a big win.
I think it looks like a big win, but then again, we had that the New Zealand-Australia game. We don't know what can happen in a rugby game.
Absolutely. All right, Mark, thanks very much. There he is, Fordo, the great Mark Lone.
No wonder there's only 50 supporters. Mark probably scared them all away in those days, Mark. He was a wonderful player, wasn't he?
He was terrific, yeah.
One of the awesome sights I remember at Ballymore was in '82 in the centenary year when he scored that magnificent try against Scotland, where he just destroyed. We hadn't seen Mark run like that for a number of years, and the try had to be scored, and he scored it. Yeah,
it was unbelievable that day, but he was just he was very hard to stop, like maybe this number 8 that's playing today.
Yes, Rocky Elson, tremendous player. And the play about to get underway in the second half. Nudgee colours sported very proudly here. 19-0 they lead.
When you watch these players play, you really hope that they go on with it after this. Even if it's just recreation, if they've got other things in their life, but you just hope they can carry this on.
Well, that's an interesting thing you bring up, Mark, because with the exception of Glenn Tanaho and Elton Flatley, this Nudgee side have dominated premierships here in Brisbane for a long time. But before Tanaho and Flatley came on the scene in 96 and 97, they hadn't produced a Wallaby since 1983 in Ross Hanley.
Ross Hanley, yes, that's right. And you've got to ask questions why that happened. So, I remember when I played in 77, we won a premiership and we won 5 straight after that. And at one stage in the late 80s, there were six Terrace players in the Wallaby side.
I suppose the fact it's a boarding school that may have a lot of the players go back to the country, and that's probably where it all ends. But it would be a tragedy to see some of these players not go on with it.
Well, they've got some wonderful skills. Maybe they get a little bit frustrated when it's not as easy as it is, say, today. They give themselves a lot of room with the players that they've got, and every player that's out there, as I said, they only have to worry about their own job. And that's something that might not happen next year that they play. And you won't get crowds like this at an under-19 game. You'll be one man and their dog.
Now Akanufa with the restart, driving play deep inside the Gregory Terrace 22. Just starts onto the right foot. And driving play up towards halfway. And you can see the evidence of that that breeze in the back of Gregory Terrace in the second half.
You'd like to see USAS play on the other side, wouldn't you? Just to see what he could do. He you know, what he's been doing is, it's been pretty hard work for him, but he's been doing it well.
So we have Jordan Benny, the young hooker for Nudgee College. Flying a high was Ian Potter. How deep the fly half is standing again. Akanufa, cut out pass. This fella's got a ton of pace. This is Pies. Well run down. I've been very impressed with Darcy Bowden's defence in this match.
Yeah, both wingers have been doing pretty well. That should have gone wide then.
Good tackle that time from Charles Scott. A big lock from Gregory Terrace.
That just gave the defence time to realign, and they should have gone wide. They were in all sorts of trouble.
Now Lyons again darting back towards the open side, trying to link up. Oh, good hands. Now Hunt charging upfield. Rocky Elton charging for the line. Too big, too strong, and too quick. Mark McBain mentioned he can run the 100 in just over 11 seconds. And he's a big lad as well.
He looks like a good prospect, doesn't he? The coach, Peter Gledhill, said that he's like a sponge. He's very easy to coach. And it's only about his second year since he's played. He comes from the North Coast and didn't really do anything. They just found him from somewhere.
Yeah, last year was his first year in rugby. And tremendous.
Might be a Chris Latham.
Look at the pace. He's 96 kilos and stands at 196 centimetres. So he's got a fair grab on territory.
He's a good prospect, isn't he?
Lyons. Good skills here from Hunt as well. Just drew the defence and away he went. Well, that's the start Nudgee wanted, Gero, but certainly not the start that Gregory Terrace wanted.
No, second half they needed to turn the game on the ear, as the coaches were saying to the players. Just word through from the Nudgee camp, they're not actually too happy with the way they're playing, and I guess the coach will be happy how they started the second half. Wanted a bit more continuity. I guess that's what we were talking about earlier, where they were forcing the last pass, not setting up for the extra phase and ensuring the 5-pointer.
3 from 4 from the young fly half from Nudgee, and it's 26 points to nil. And just over 3 minutes of play gone in this second half.
Chris Lyons has had a lot of ball in the first half. He had 23 passes and he had 3 runs and only 7 kicks, whereas the opposition, Chris Shooten, had 1 kick, 3 passes and 3 runs. So you can tell the difference in the amount of ball they've had.
Yeah, ruck and ball 34-7 in favour of Nudgee. This is Toro, the fullback. Dropped the ball. Here's a chance. Racing away is the fly half lines. I don't think they'll catch him. Yes, they do. That's tremendous defence again. He'll be kicking himself that he couldn't go the distance. Look at the desperation of Nudgee. They roll it. Desperate defence by Gregory Terrace. Finally, Pies, the leading try scorer for Nudgee, goes over and adds another 5-pointer to his tally for the year. And the Nudgee boys are elated in the stands because that's 2 tries in the opening 4 minutes of the second half.
Well, you hope this doesn't become a cricket score. You hope that Terrace can get it all together, but that was only just on a mistake.
Well, it was picked up by Chris Lyons, the youngest player in this Nudgee side.
Again, that's Tim Usas running the player down, so he's done a ton of work. He'll sleep tonight.
And finally, just relentless pressure from Nudgee. Then good ball, good clearance from Campbell, the halfback, and Pies finished off brilliantly.
Well, they just need the football, don't they, Terrace? And obviously that's shades of the game the other night when Australia just coughed it up straight away after the kick-off. And if they can get down the other half, they may as well get something on the board.
This young fellow, 75% strike rate with the boot this afternoon. This one, a pretty tough one for a right foot around the corner kicker. It's not their most favoured side of the ground. He also has the sun to contend with.
You like to see a contest in these games, and you don't like to see it blow out either way. You'd have to be really dyed in the wool and one-eyed to enjoy it.
And he's hooked it left.
I think Terrace, all they've got to do is get the hold of the ball, and when they get into a situation like one of the centres, take it up and then get good ball from there. That seems to be very slow ball that they're getting out from their ruck, their phase play, and it's not really giving them any room in attack.
They're not really treasuring possession either. They've thrown it away a lot. Their ball security has been pretty ordinary at times. Campbell. He's got a wonderful pass, this kid. Kanufa off the side of the boot, but still finds touch.
I think maybe the size and the speed might have just be coming to tell on these players, these Terrace players, and just the pressure that they're under.
No, gotcha.
Scott contests in the front. It's a Nudgee ball. Campbell. Wonderful hands from the young fly half. Now Hunt just brushes away the defence, but hanging on was Shooten. Can't doubt the commitment of this Gregory Terrace side. They're outweighed and outmuscled, but now Hunt. Tackled by Lee, the captain.
That fella ran 10 metres there and only just made the advantage line. You know, that says a bit, I think.
Benny.
It's so deep.
Akanufa, Dawson, Hunt. Out to Pies.
Hold on, Darcy.
Darcy Bowden again. Tremendous defence. As we see David Murray in possession. They're only about 10 metres out, Nudgee.
Go down, guys.
And they get the scrum feed.
There's a fair few heads bowed with the Terrace fellas. They're just under siege at the moment.
Certainly all those hours of training by Nudgee have proven true with their skill level here. Pass on the outside from Pies. Just getting away there. Just excellent work by the Nudgee side. Under siege, as you said.
This young Bowden's really excelled in defence in this. He's had plenty of work to do. He's done a terrific job on the left wing for Gregory Terrace. Is that a little knock on? Now Dawson, strong centre, wearing 12. Campbell. He does wind up, Mark, from the off the ground, doesn't he, with that pass?
But he's got to throw it so far. You've got to do that, haven't you?
Now Akanufa, Elson. Again, swarming defence by Gregory Terrace as
Mullins intercepted.
now they advance it outside their 22.
This would be nice if they could just put a few sets in here. No, they're going to kick the ball out.
After two phases. And play goes outside the 22.
You don't really blame them for that, but it'll be, you know, they've really got to start from somewhere, and someone's got to say, well, let's go and have a bit of a dig.
Shadow starting to lengthen on that far side. Sun sets on a beautiful day in Brisbane. It's been a terrific outing for Nudgee College. Scored 5 tries so far this afternoon. Unanswered tries, I might add.
You drive down Sandgate Road, the score will be up before you get that back there.
Now Shooten.
Just lacks that pace there. He didn't realise the fella behind him, but
turnover of possession, but a knock on by Nudgee. And that was the top forward, Lloyd Campbell McBride. He's a big boy, 190 centimetres and 107k.
Touch and hold, engage. Steady it, guys, steady it. Thanks, halfback.
Yusats peels off to the right, but it's been stolen. Advantage being played to Nudgee at the moment.
Still playing the advantage.
Lyons. Dawson. Gregory Terrace come up with possession. Charles Scott was the man that secured it. Shooten away for Lee. Lee for Toro.
He's got some
Toro
pace.
in space. Good. He got evaded the fullback Akanufa.
That's Darcy Bowden on the outside, from the other wing.
Well, finally, Giro, we saw some good, sure, safe hands and plenty of pace.
Plenty of pace indeed, and he just got away, Toro, but ran away from his support on the inside, but the numbers came across in a big way for Nudgee and just forced down on the 22. But a good sign there. Bit of football.
it's nice to see them, you know, actually having a go. Maybe that might give them a little bit of confidence. Maybe that might stop the one-way traffic a little bit.
Potter secures the ball at number 2. They march it outside the 22, and you can see the power of this Nudgee pack. They outweigh the Gregory Terrace pack by 10 kilos a man. And at this level of football, or at any level of football, Mike, that's a telling statistic.
Yes, it's a lot, and it'll wear you out. The turnovers are fairly high in this game, and it's really sort of I suppose it's schoolboy rugby, and they haven't got that experience at you know, maintaining possession. Maybe just the options that both sides are taking at times, they're mucking it up. There just isn't that pressure from the Terrace team.
Now Pies. We have it.
Oh, number 8 again.
Here we go, and again Elsom up over the 22. I don't think they'll catch him. Tommy Toro puts in the hard yard, but Elsom scores his second try. He's an awesome figure, the big number 8 for Nudgee College, leading by example with his second try, and Nudgee now really are running away with this game. 36 points to 0 with the kick to come.
Tom Toro's not a slouch in a foot race either, but he's just run right away from him. Good footwork to evade that first up defender.
He strides out well, Giro.
Yes, Fordo. I mean, Mark Lone was pretty excited when he saw him striding out today. But that all started back over here on the 10-metre line on my side of the field, where Terrace had the ball from the line out and just coughed it up with a simple mistake. That's pressure from the Nudgee defence. So, you know, they've got themselves to blame by handing over possession. But, gee, this guy is pretty impressive, Mark.
Well, the extras are added. So it's 38 points to 0. And this young fellow's had an outstanding game, but you would think you would dominate in the number 10 jersey with this pack that they've got in front of him.
Oh, well, you would, that's right. And you just wonder when they go away to other teams in the 16s and the schoolboys. The schoolboys didn't do so well this year with the New South Wales dominating that game just recently.
And the push-up boys are struggling now. Bit of work to do.
There's the kick from the young fly half Lions. Yusas knocks it back in field. Darcy Bowden. He's just inside Nudgee's end of the ground. Oh, stuff with David Nelson. And that's a Nudgee scrum feed just inside Terrace's territory. David Nelson felt the brunt of that one, let me tell you.
You'd have to wonder what Tom Turo was. Maybe he's got a death wish on David Nelson.
Nelson will celebrate his 17th birthday on the opening day of the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney. So his 17th birthday, Mark, will be a day that he will remember for a long, long time.
That's for sure. Might like to remember this day, though.
Campbell out for Lions. Akanufa cuts out Hunt. Looping was Lions again. Back for Akanufa. That's wonderful ball skills. And now he claps on the pace and takes it 10, 12 metres inside the Terrace territory. Nudgee set it again on the short side.
Get off it, Brent, get off it!
Now they set another phase. Campbell. Dive pass again. Lions pulls it down. Akanufa touches it again. And now Dawson just straight running in pace. Oh, beautiful pass. And it's Neil Hunt in for his second try. The big Samoan boy celebrates. And there's his cousin, Herman, the first to congratulate him.
You could see that coming. There were second rowers and back rowers in that line, and they came out of the line, and they just didn't slide or anything. They just came straight up, and it was just in the offing. I was just wondering to see what happened there, and that young Dawson did a very good job.
Yes, Giro, it needed the straight running, and it was Dawson that supplied it. And some wonderful skills with the flick pass on the inside. But this young Dawson is a player to watch.
Certainly is. He's stretched out beautifully. And look for his support. Magnificently back flipped around And they're finishing well in this half. I mean, they were told at half-time that they just needed to retain possession, but they really haven't, I don't think, have to have worked as hard as they did in the first half, because Terrace have fallen away a bit in defence, but those skills are just magnificent, good vision and well played.
And great confidence. Execution terrific. Well done, Nudgee. That was a wonderful try.
That was a very good pass by the number 15 Akanufa to put that bloke through the hole. I think it's just about playing at levels, and Terrace's level has just fallen away, and Nudgee basically hasn't they wouldn't have upped it or anything. It's just they've got more space, they've got more time to do things, and that's the problem. Terrace has just gotten a little bit tired, and that's how you win these sorts of games.
Giro, the goal-kicking style of Chris Lyons, reminiscent of Vasali Sarevi. He doesn't muck around, does he?
No, straight in and pretty effective.
Let it come, it's your way. No, let's stay there. Let it come.
10-metre line, Nudgee's head to the ground. Lyons takes on the defence. Taken to ground.
Let it come.
Balls become available. Campbell, Akanufa. Long kick downfield, turning Toro around. He did well. Ran into Hunt, wrapped up, got the pass away. And you can see the lack of confidence in this Gregory Terrace side. They've been under pressure. They've been starved of possession. So, Mark, when it has come, they've been a little bit shy with it.
Well, they have, and you can see in the back line that they just haven't got anyone there to do anything with the ball. You know, the opposition, Nudgee, have just got, you know, that they've got things organised and they're ready to play.
45 points to the score.
They've just turned over the ball again.
Now it goes out. Lyons. Tyres.
Darcy.
Isolated. He's done a great job on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He'd be sick on the side of him.
Now, is there a penalty here? This Darcy Bowman copped an unnecessary one there from Ian Potter off the ball. We might have a chance to have a look at this one. Might give the benefit of the doubt to Ian Potter that I think it was unnecessary.
You won't see it.
No, it was in back play. And I think he might have copped one in the back.
They have seen it. The linesman's going to do something about it, I think.
No, I think they're just discussing the time of day, Mark.
As you do.
No, in the ribs.
In the ribs, yeah.
I don't think the linesman saw it, actually. He looked back to see what happened on the replay.
I think they're convinced it was accidental, but he certainly copped one, what I thought was a knee in the back. And he's in a fair deal of trouble, I can tell you. Yeah. He's had a terrific game. He's had a marvellous job on. Yeah. Terrific job on Tyres, who's the leading try scorer for Nudgee this year. And he's really marked and lined him up well.
I'd say the two wingers and USAS and the two centres have gone very well for Terrace. You know, just basically in defence. That's all they've had to do, really. But every time the ball's popped up on the outside, Bowden's been the one to catch the ball and run further. So he's tried very hard. It'd be hard, you know, it'd be a terrible thing if he had to come off.
Well, we've got probably two of the smallest kids out in the field at the moment, the water bottles. Look at them coming out at the moment. It'll take them 3 days to get off the field. Darcy Bowden, he's doing it a bit tough at the moment. He's had a terrific game. He's tough. And he's side trailing by 45 points to 0. Not much to cheer about for the cheer squad of Gregory Terrace today.
He's a good kid, Darcy.
Well, when you consider, Giro, that 8 of these players will be backing up again next year for Gregory Terrace, they'll be better for the experience of this afternoon. Because we've got 8 that are from grade 11.
They've got a lot of young players in the Terrace side, and certainly after this touch-up, they'll be much better, you know, more experienced. I just think they've been just outgunned by a far superior side, not even close as far as skill level.
I think if you put anyone, Giro, with you know 10 kilos a man in a forward pack, it's going to tell in the end, isn't it?
That's right. It's just too much of an ask in the end, isn't it?
Engage.
But to Darcy Bowden's credit, he's still there.
What you got to do with your point? Number one.
Slide at his feet is Alex Brzasco.
Hold a second.
It's a famous name, Porto.
Yeah, mainly from Nudgee College, because I think it's his great uncle Ian was a Nudgee boy, and Mark. Ian, of course, played in the second row for Queensland and has been very heavily involved in Australian soccer for many, many years. And I think from memory that Mark Brasasco was coaching soccer at Nudgee College.
That's right. Well, he actually played at Grammar, Mark, and I actually played against him in my year.
He's only a lightweight prop. He's only 87 kilos. He made the 16s this year. He's a bit shaky on it.
He doesn't look too good, does he? He doesn't look too good.
I don't think he can count backwards from 100 at the moment, Giro, in nines.
Well, that's what ruled Timmy Horan out, wasn't it? Was that before the head injury?
It was Tim Horan and Glenn Panaho. I think Panaho did it and Timmy struggled.
That's not a big rap for backs.
Panaho wants to... Brasasco wants to stay on. He's looking at their...
I'm not going to let you play on, right?
replacement. The referee is not going to allow him to come on, so I'd say probably Callum Marnie.
They've really got to look after these young fellas. It's no use flogging a dead horse. He's obviously hurt, and they've really got to be sensible with these people.
Alex Brasasco, he's only 16 years of age. Made the 16s for Queensland this year, so he's obviously a young prop with plenty of ability.
Yeah,
and
he's got a bit of pace actually when he gets away, but you don't see that today.
And Callum Marnie getting ready, jumper number 17.
Well, he's a very good judge, because his favourite player is Dan Crowley, Mark.
Is that a good thing, Mark, or a bad thing?
I don't know. Let's see how he goes. I hope he... I won't say.
He's a likely lad. As Buddha would say, born when meat was cheap.
You'd love to come on with this scoreline, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it wouldn't be good. We've got about 13 minutes to play remaining.
Touch and hold.
The
Engage.
face of David Campbell.
Let's keep it steady.
He mentioned
Keep it steady.
he's come through from the B's and C's to represent this famous school in the first 15, and he's done himself proud out here today. He's given great service to Lions. Akanufa Hunt was just barreled by Scoble. I tell you what, Scoble and Buchanan have shown tremendous courage. And Scoble limping away, but he took the big fellow on, remembering that Hunt is 98 Ks and runs like the wind.
That Callum Mahoney looks pretty good. He actually gave that tight head a bit of a touch-up in there. He might be bigger, but he got in underneath him, and the tight head was tent-pegging. He was in a bit of strife.
Well, he's on level ground. He's 105 kilos. He's the biggest boy out there in the Terrace pack at the moment.
There you go. The tight head goes back, but he didn't.
On the side, we have a replacement to Joseph Beckett wearing 25 for Gregory Terrace.
Touch and hold. Engage. Steady. Hold.
5 metres inside Terrace's territory. Sun setting here at Tennyson. Well, that's good. Great skills by Shooten.
He's a very good running 5'8".
Let it come. Here it comes.
As I mentioned, he's in the side for Nick Cornish, who would have been the first choice, bar a broken collarbone, but this is great experience for Chris Shooten. Tidying up again.
Thank you.
Yes, that's there's the blonde-headed halfback.
Stay there.
You can probably see the best of him. He's a player, obviously, with a lot of ability, this young scrum half from Nudgee College.
Don't pull again, guys. Just hold it.
Trying to put a few phases together now. Going forward with Scott. Just struggling to get past that advantage line, though. Shooten, turning Nudgee around, kicking away. There's Pyers retreating in defence, but that's rolling end on end. Sort of reminiscent of a former Terrace boy wearing number 10 in Michael Liner, the way he used to treat that right touchline at Ballymore, Mark.
Yes, that's for sure. What a great player he was. He was at John Breen's funeral yesterday and looking as fit as ever.
He's coaching, Sydney Grammar in
GPS
apparently competition
so.
in Sydney.
Yeah,
that was a sad loss for Australian and Queensland rugby, the loss of John Joseph Breed, the manager of the 1991 victorious World Cup side. And he died of a heart attack midweek after attending a board meeting of the Queensland Rugby Union. And he received a huge farewell yesterday from the Queensland rugby fraternity.
he really was a good fellow. I had a lot to do with John, and right through my years of football and even as a coach, he really was a very good man.
Touch on the far side. It's a good touch finder into that breeze.
that was heartening to see that Terrace put in those phases, even though they didn't go anywhere. They looked like they were, you know, Nudgee may have dropped a little bit in defence, but they looked like they were, you know, they could have a go at their line.
19-0 at half-time, and a try-scoring blitz in the opening 15 minutes of the second half. We're now into the final 10.
In the line, no advantage in 15. Let's go.
So that's the halfway line, you can see. The loose head on this side is a replacement player, Calamani. Engagement affected. Scrum feed by Tim Yusuf.
He's actually doing a good job, this Calamani. He's actually giving the hooker a bit more chance with the ball, and look at the ball. Actually scrummaging quite well. He looks very impressive. I suppose on the other side, though, the tight head for Nudgee's only just been practising leaning in all day.
Nudgee take it over the 10-metre line. Tell you what, the talent scouts would have marked down Rocky Elson, Giro. He looks a very likely lad in only his second year of rugby. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, it's amazing. If he improves anywhere like Chris Latham, who was a latecomer to rugby union, then he could be a superstar.
And Lloyd Campbell McBride, the big loose head prop, is only in his second year too, Mark.
That's right, yeah. He played a bit of league from, I think he comes from Taro from outside of Maryborough. So I don't know where they found him from, but he is a very good prospect. He's still, we had a look at him before the game, and he's still got some growing to do at 107 kg. So
190 centimetres. He's a big lad.
He's going to be all right.
So another injury problem here.
Just hold the scrum until it goes in, and we'll continue to have contested.
And again, we see the referee, Craig Micklejohn, talking to the front row of Nudgee. They're obviously keen to assert their dominance up front, but they're not allowed to under these scrummaging laws.
Yeah, it's like a dog on a leash, isn't it? Hold me back, let me at them. They can't do anything about it. And it's a shame, but they'll get their, they'll get their opportunity. They've got only a couple of years to go, and then they'll be right into it. Well, hopefully they'll stick around.
It's reminiscent of the Bledisloe Cup, that bit of silverwares, and probably treated just as seriously by both Nudgee and Gregory Terrace. They've been playing for the Bill Comans Trophy since 1991, and it appears that it's headed up Sandgate Road.
I'd say so, yes. Bill Coman is a terrific supporter for Nudgee over many years, an ear, nose and throat doctor on the Terrace in Brisbane, and he's a lovely fellow. He'll be here somewhere.
Well, young Tim Yusuf is still receiving some attention. And another stoppage here at Tennyson. Well, I think Rocky Elson probably summed it up in his opening chat with you, Giro. He said he thought they'd possess a high degree of skill.
Well, we've seen that in a couple of tries they've scored. Exceptional work by the Nudgee boys as they prepare for a good victory here today. And they do a lot of work. I guess they're reaping the rewards, aren't they, mate?
Yes, they are, that's for sure. And it's great to see the players go so well like that. And let's hope they stick around and play well for in years to come.
We just saw a shot of Michael Broad and Dean Tatterson, the coaching staff of Gregory Terrace. And as we mentioned, 8 of these players will be returning next year in grade 12. So they'll have a platform to build on. And no doubt some of these players that you can see in the left of your screen, after they complete school, if they stay with this game of rugby, will be making an impact at a higher level.
Engage. Hold it blue. Hold it blue.
Particularly their big number 8, Rocky Elson.
Stay bound.
2 tries here this afternoon. Young Dawson, the centre three-quarter, has a bit more schooling to do, but he's a very likely prospect. And young Pyres on the wing has played tremendously well. He's dropped back at fullback at this stage. Here he goes, great pace. And again, some solid defence. Shooting was in there as well. Now the clean out by Nudgee. Back for Lions. Cannon. In fact, it's Scoble. Wrapped up by his opposite number in Matt Dawson. Scott. Can't get past the advantage line. He's just driven back 8 metres. And felt the brunt of it too. It was the tackle of Lloyd Campbell McBride. Now, Scoble smashed to the ground by a good cover from Nudgee. They work on the short side, Campbell. He's turned over possession. Beckett in there working hard for Gregory Terrace, but the knock forward by Campbell. 31 turnovers so far in this match.
Scrum here, guys. Red ball.
Expect that from schoolboy football, though.
Line number 4.
Well, it's just a matter of they've been forcing it, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
They will learn as they go on that you've got to treasure possession in this game.
That's for sure.
Steady, guys. Steady. No, it's all right.
I think Rod McQueen said one day when they were playing against Argentina, they had a kick-off and they turned it over and didn't see the ball for 15 minutes.
Hold it. And move now.
That's cut out past Buchanan, let it go. That's Patrick Lane Mullins. The line behind them, the 22 of Gregory Terrace. Shadows really starting to lengthen. Dawson, step and the dummy.
The support just wasn't there and they turned over the ball again. And all that centre did was that Matt Dawson just turned it back inside and set up, went to his support players and they roll on.
And David Murray took it to ground. Good service again from Campbell. Akanufa, Dawson.
Here's
This is just terrific play on the outside. And it's fires it again. That's his second try. As we mentioned earlier, he's the leading try scorer in the blue and white butcher stripes of Nudgee College. And he's injured the shoulder, the young wing three-quarter of Nudgee. I haven't been able to confirm this, but there was a Paul Tyres that played rugby league for Queensland and Australia back in the late 50s, and I wouldn't be surprised. I had a look at the face and the ears, Mark, before the game, and I thought, if that's not his grandson, I'll give it away. And he was a wonderful finisher as well.
They actually had options on both sides. They could have gone. They had some second rows or some tight five players in the defensive line. They could have gone through him again.
He's only missed 2, this young fellow, Chris Lyons. They've given him some very difficult kicks in the second half.
They have, that's for sure. That's for sure.
He's only a slight fellow. Remember that only a few years ago, 15-year-old by the name of Alton Flatley was taking these goal-kicking responsibilities for Nudgee College. That is a superb kick from the schoolboy.
It's a great kick.
Just drifted it back in inside that right hand upright.
Can't leave it stay away.
Facing straight into the setting sun too, Fordo, so added a bit more difficulty to the task.
When you consider Giro, there's not many players that he will obviously play several years in the first 15. People like Flatley did it, and also Michael Liner. Not many do it.
Yeah, the push-up boys going again.
A bit more work now.
Taken down by the hooker in Jordan Benny, who along with his captain hails from Noosa on the Sunshine Coast. Akanufa driving it downfield to Tommy Toro, back from a broken leg. He's come back with confidence, but he's been driven into the ground. Terrific chase by the Nudgee three-quarters, but they've maintained possession. Gregory Terrace. And I think the fans would love to see them score a try. They've got an overlap here, but they can't control the football. That's Lee, the referee playing advantage. I don't think it'll be forthcoming.
You've got the advantage. Keep going, guys. You've got the advantage.
No, they've got the ball. Nudgee out for Tyres. Takes on Newsat. Turning it back in field for Campbell. Now they set it on the 22. They'll be looking to spread this wide. Once they set it again, Benny takes it forward. Good clean out by Nudgee. Now Lyons. Hunt. Another great tackle again from Scoble. And that's Herman Hunt. He's got some good skills as well. Dawson, beautiful pass. Akanufa's pass has been charged down. Murray. Again, good solid cover defence coming in.
It's a matter of time. If they come back this way, they're in strife. They're in big trouble.
Gunderlack's up there. Now Dawson, numbers to burn out wide. And Tyres will just stroll over for his hat-trick of tries to add to his already impressive tally in season 2000. And the Nudgee fans are ecstatic. The war cry about to go up because they're celebrating a half-century of points.
You'd wonder how many tries that Pyre scores like that. It'd be easy to score them like that, wouldn't it?
Well, he was uncontested. 57 points to 0. Maybe you and I could still score them at that stage.
Yeah, I was thinking Buddha might be a show too.
And Darcy Baden has played a great game for Terrace in a losing side, and all sorts of bother on the sideline over here. He's been replaced by Ben White on the wing.
Thanks, Giro. Yeah, Benny, of course, from the second 15. He had a game in the first last year against Ipswich Grammar, only 16 years of age, and the Nudgee fans celebrating 59 points to 0. So they've scored 40 points.
Terrace are sort of out on their feet, really. They've had enough, but you could appreciate that.
Well, Darcy Bowden does look at a bit of strife, Giro. I've seen him walking just past you at the moment.
Yeah, he's got the arm in a sling position, staggering back. It doesn't look like it's too serious. But
Now the college sprint champion gets space, but he puts a foot into touch. Play will come back 8 metres inside Gregory Terrace's territory. So the accelerator cable put to the floor by David Murray. As I mentioned earlier, the telecast can run 10.9 for the 100. But I suppose that's brought right back into perspective when you know the number 8 can run 11.1 or something.
That's right. I think Paul McLean's got his money off Tony Shaw.
Well and truly. Now, ball secured by Gregory Terrace. Time running out in the second half.
That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Simple plays like that. Trouble is the ball slows up so badly there, and they've really got to restart.
Well, Nudgee have certainly got on with in the second half. They led by 19 points to 0, so they've scored 40 points in the second term. Well, that's terrific offence by Hunt. Bone-jarring stuff by the big centre. In fact, it was the flanker, Herman Hunt, that effected the tackle. Usas trying to exploit them on that short side.
He's trying, Usas, isn't he? This is one thing that Nudgee are vulnerable. They're just to pick and go at them and just keep them going. They just find that hard.
You can see the sheer physical presence of Nudgee. Once they claim some in a defence, they go back 5 or 6 metres.
At least they're putting a few. At least they're putting a few rucks together anyway.
Well, Scott took it back to the advantage line again. And they've gone beyond it, over the halfway line. This is probably one of their most promising sets of phase play in the match so far. Usas. Now Toro kicking in behind the defence. I wouldn't be kicking to this fellow. Murray. He can motor. Oh, high tackle. Scoble. He's done nothing wrong. He's been magnificent in defence.
Get out at 15.
And that was high, but it was desperation stuff as well.
Yeah, that's right. You've got no right
to
in
see
here.
that.
Right out of it.
The bloke was stepping inside. And he hit, oh, yes, he did.
He didn't miss him.
Didn't he?
Scoble being called out by referee Micklejohn. It'll be a tragedy. He's just had a superb game in defence, and his captain is there in Graham Lee.
I won't have to send anyone off. There's only a couple of minutes to go. You
common
just keep
sense
your
would
tackles down,
prevail
okay?
here.
Nothing's against you, all right? Just keep them
I
down.
don't think there's any malice in this fellow.
I think it was a reflex action, but he didn't miss him.
No.
He's defended so stoutly today. Brendan Scoble, he's only 17 years of age. Here they go again. Dawson. Tyres.
They've got the 2 speed men out there. They'll come back this way. They'll come back this way. They get it quickly, they're in trouble.
Campbell. Patrick Peralta, is it? Did he get it down? It's a try. Rocky Elson scores a hat-trick. And he's all smiles.
Well, you got to feel for Darcy Bowden here on the sideline. He's turned out to have rib injuries, and we all know how painful they are. Can't be too happy to see this as well.
He did well to get this down.
Yeah, that was a little bit soft.
Yes, grounded fairly and squarely. Extras added. by the young fly half. So it's cricket score here at Tennyson, with Nudgee dominating right from the 7th minute of this game. Led 19-0 at half-time, and they lead by 66 points to 0. Full-time has been sounded here at Tennyson, and Nudgee have chalked up their 6th win of the season. They are undefeated. They drew against State High in the opening match of the 2000 season, led superbly by the number 8, Rocky Elson. And they raced in 10 tries here today at Tennyson, unanswered. 66 points to 0. Duro, they led by 19 points to 0 at half-time, and really went on with the job in the second half.
Yes, they certainly did, David. The scenes here, obviously, with celebrations with the Nudgee side. Just waiting to see if we can have a quick word from the captain. But certainly a great result for Nudgee. Very good team, superior in all respects, especially in their skill level.
Mark not wearing the cap of an ex-student of Gregory Terrace. As coach of Queensland Reds, no doubt you'll be enthused at some of the talent you saw on display here today of the future of Queensland rugby.
You'd be mad not to be, wouldn't you? Like that, there were some really good kids there, and they were just far and above better than the Terrace outfit that put out. They tried hard, but Nudgee were just too good in just in their physical sense. The interesting stat was that the rucks and mauls are 63 to 28, Nudgee 63 to 20, Terrace is 28. That just says it all, basically.
Well, 19-0 at half-time. It's the fans here are stunned as far as Gregory Terrace is concerned, but Nudgee obviously on the way to yet another GPS premiership, and they did it in style today. They really dominated possession, as Mark said, and they scored 10 tries in all, and celebrating a terrific win. I'll tell you what, the cars that stream up Sandgate Road out to the college with the trophy today, Bill Coleman Trophy, well deserved. A terrific effort by the Gregory Terrace side, being clapped off by Nudgee, and Nudgee in search of yet another premiership in the year 2000. The full-time score here at Tennyson as the sun sets on a terrific day in Brisbane. Nudgee College, St Joseph's Nudgee, have defeated Gregory Terrace by 66 points to 0. On behalf of Duro Sen and Mark McBain, I'm David Ford, wishing you a very good afternoon from C7 Sport from Brisbane.
This has been a C7 Sport production.